So cute. Aren't you guys adorable? So much to explore, hey? These lambs were born inside a pen with only hay. They've never seen grass before. And they're eating in like 5 seconds. So I've just let the puppies out. They looked at the sheep. They barked a little bit. And then Kumba led them off on a chase for a deer. But you can see the sheep are still alert, especially Mama. Here come the puppies. Oh. Jaya's come all the way on that side. Hi. Hi. Yeah. What you doing? Stay, Jaya. Jaya, Milo, stay. Stay, Bubba's. Stay. Good girl. Good boy, Milo. Good boy, Milo. Yeah. Good boy, Milo. Look, he lay down. Such a good boy. Such a good boy. Jaya's always the more aggressive one. And my son was really worried. He's like, they're going to eat the sheep. They're going to kill the sheep. There's no way. Stay, Milo. Stay. Good boy. They're going to have fun making the sheep. When the sheep run, that gives them the games on, you see. But luckily, to get from there up to that fence, they have to go all the way up and around the house and down the other side. So the pups will do a whole lot more running than the sheep. Now that's where they're trying to get in. I had them in here for an hour and a half today, and they kept trying to get out at exactly that same spot, and they couldn't get out, so. So we are inside the pen with the sheep. We've got Kumbi here. Yeah, he's a big bear, all shaved. And we left Milo outside. He's come down there now. You can see him behind the boards. And Jaya is here, finally relaxed. And the sheep have been moving in closer and moving out. And then they ran. And all we're trying to transmit to Jaya is exactly what you see her doing here. This great relaxation, grounded energy, not being triggered with the sheep. So Julia, what have you learned from this exercise this afternoon that we've been doing here?
How controlling your energy, and when you're calm, the message that gives to the animals. You're not tense and throwing them in there. And when the sheep run, you're not bringing them up there to trigger that response from the sheep, but just bringing the dogs in here. We've just been hanging out, and they're both sleeping now, which is insane. And not even reactive at all to the sheep. Just calm and relaxing and enjoying what's out here. And Jaya's snoring.
Jaya, the aggressive one who was trying to climb through the boards yesterday, And Mama Sheep has been working with us to give Jaya these teachings today. She's coming closer and then moving further away, and then at one point the lambs actually ran, and Jaya got to practice not chasing, just staying and getting lots of praise whenever she stayed put. And you see, we've got her on a harness, not a collar, so she's not getting choked. She's getting more that feeling of her physical body being restrained. But the point with the harness is not to have to use this lead to not pull on it. You want to get her to understand, you know, when you say stay, it means to like chill. And then what we're looking for is for the energetic drop in the energy. So we don't just want her to stay. We want her to release and exhale and sink her body into the ground. And it was interesting because, Julia, what are you feeling in her body right now? Are there places of release and places of tension, or is it more uniform?
No tension. When she first sat on me, she was sitting on me but tense, and then she let out that sigh and her back half released, but her front was still tense. Not that she was watching the sheep, but she still had that tension in the front half. And now there's no tension. She's totally limp, sleeping.
Yeah. And for a few minutes there, I had the leash just here, not doing anything with it. And then my intuition said, pick up that leash. And I've just done this. So I'm not, again, it's not being moved. It's not pulling on her. But I did pick it up because for some reason, like maybe Mama Sheep telegraphed me that she's about to do something or come closer. I don't know, but I don't question it. My body wisdom is as valid as the dogs and the sheep's. So when my body says do something, I don't think about it. I just do it because I'm in this conversation. All of our bodies are having a co-learning, co-evolving conversation because really we all want the same thing. We all want peace. We want this ranch to be a beautiful, peaceful, productive place. And so it's not about controlling the dogs to do what we want when we say. It's about the state of being and engaging the intelligence of every creature involved. And Milo is doing so well there. Good boy, Milo. Good job, honey. Such a good boy. He's not happy about not being inside the fence, but I said to him, we need you to hold this space for us, and we're just working with Jaya because she was the most aggressive and the most reactive. But when we came out here, the sheep were snoozing under the cedars. And we sat here for about 10 minutes, and then Milo went up there and barked at them and rousted them out of the cedars. So he actually helped us because he brought them out, and then the dialogue began. And I wasn't filming because we had to be really focused on both Jaya and Kumba. My initial idea was to just bring Jaya in here, and then Kumbi said, no, let me in as well. And I asked him to say stay, and he's like, no, let me in. And I was like, oh, right. Like, again, this is not training, this is co-learning, because his idea was that it'll be better to have his energy in here, which, Julia, we both realized right away, right? The wisdom.
Definitely needed Kumba in here.
Yeah, like he was so stabilizing for Jaya, and his energy being so non-reactive just communicated to her in a fraction of the time what it would have taken if my idea was to bring her in here isolated. I know, like, well, afterwards you go, what was I thinking?
Why would we do that?
But this is the thing with us humans. We have, I don't know, we just have our hardwires or our presets, and we don't even realize it until we listen to the animals or we listen to the trees, and we go, okay, let's go with your idea. And then afterwards we're like, that was such the better idea. What are you seeing, Kumbi? Oh, another truck arriving, maybe. Is it coming? Yeah. So what I'm feeling from the sheep now, the fact that they're not engaging and they're not coming closer or doing anything again, I'm going to ask the mama, who's the leader of the sheep herd, are we done for today? Is this enough? And she says, yeah. Because again, this is what we humans do. We want to do so much in one go.
See something happen.
Yeah, and we want to train for an hour. That's not how animals in nature works. It's not an hour. It's 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here. Like, that's a long time. This has been a great learning. Mama's like, take your win and go. Okay. Well, let me see if I can film as we leave. Julia, I'll give you this. So Julia's goal as she walks with that lead is to not have to pull on it. To have the harness is just a backup. It's not a control device. It's a backup. And we want that leash to be slack, maybe even lying across Jaya's back. And for Jaya just to respond to voice. Okay, let's go, Kumbi. We're coming, Milo.
Come on. Oh, go ahead.
Come on, Bubba's. Good girl. She's trying to walk next to me.
Right with you.
There, see that nice, relaxed lead on the back? That's what you want. Good girl, Jaya. Good girl, such a sweetheart. Was that exhausting, Jaya? Was that tiring? Yeah. Yeah, see? The sheep are like, there you go. Oh, everyone's so wise.
Good boy, Milo.
Milo's such a good boy. Come on, Milo.
Come on, Jaya.
Oh, God, take her. Good girl, Jaya. Such a good girl. Well, she's like, let's stop and have a scratch. Yeah. Yeah. Good girl. Milo. Kumbi Bear, such a good boy. Thanks, Kumbi. You were so helpful.
And Milo not even trying to get it.
Yeah, Milo not even trying to rush the gate. Thank you for helping. Thank you for all your help. So we'll take that off.
Incredible. You did. Undo these.
Yeah, undo those, and then the straps drop, and then you just pull it over her head. Good girl.
Good girl. You did amazing.
And there are the sheep back out where we were sitting. So that was really interesting that they stayed quite far away for the whole time we were leaving and moving the pups. Thank you, Mama. And then they've come right back out. So again, if you watch the animals, they will give you confirmation over the energetic telepathic messages that you received. Good job. So good. Jaya looks to me like she's, I think today has given her so much to think about. It's kind of like a new reality for her. Just like horses, they have all the loose hay, but they'd rather go to the hay net because it's more interesting. Much more fun.
Look, they're chasing Kuma, dude. Kuma's like, no, fuck off. They're hurting Kuma. Kuma ain't hurting shit, bro.
Guys, don't let Kumba get trapped.
Oh god.
Move in. Move in. Don't let him get trapped.
Why were they chasing him?
These are pretty much wild sheep, so we don't know how they behave. We're learning.
Why is that one so much bigger?
She's the only adult. The rest are lambs.
The mom.
Yeah, she's the mom, and the all-white one is her baby. And the rest are weaned lambs.
Have you guys pet them yet?
I meditated in the field, and mama came up to me and sniffed my hand. Then a couple of babies sniffed my hand, and that was that. They're like the wild horses, right? So right now you're moving on them kind of like a predator, right? So move. That's right. That's it. Just like you do with the horses.
I'm just observing.
Yeah, but you just square it up to them.
How? I'm watching.
You're full frontal on them. See how? And they move away. They're just like horses. You have to keep your body at that angle, and if they feel you're chasing them or trapping them, they're going to get real anxious. So the best thing for you to do is to find a spot in the field. You guys sit down and chat, and if they feel you're safe, they'll come over to you. 4 days after the sheep arrived, this is the first time the horses have been grazing calmly near the sheep and not just completely jacked up and freaked out by them, except for Montaro. Montaro's come right up to the arena fence there and put his head over it, but the rest of the horses have been just like, what are those? So this is very cool.
You were all down by the water hole when I started.
Junebug being brave. Montaro just walked straight up, put his head over the fence. Know that the rest of them have been so freaked out by the sheepies. Oh look, they're stretching their nose through the fence to say hi. Oh, that's enough. I'm going to have a conversation with the sheep and the pups about how we can let the sheep out on the land. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with, because I have no idea how to do that. So all the horses are over there. And Montaro was here, and his idea was for me to let him in first and see how it went. And at first it was, sorry, I didn't have my, I'm using my husband's phone, I didn't have my camera on me. At first it was really calm, and then they kind of freaked each other out a bit. And now you see what you're looking at now, with Montaro kind of setting a boundary and them running away. But they have hay in their little straw bale shelter, and they've got hay under the cedars there, which is where they've retreated. So they can eat wherever they are. Hi, Juno. And the other horses are coming closer. The puppers are hoping someone will run so they can run them. It's their favorite thing, to gallop at the horse's heels. That was a bear. They're like, why is Montaro getting the hay? That's the sheep's hay. Yeah, they want to be out where you guys are on the fresh grass. But I like Montaro's idea, because this shows the other horses there's really nothing to be afraid of. The timing's not so good because Ian and I are waiting to go out for breakfast. So I think I'll probably get Montaro out of here using a feed dish. Boy, you are literally carpeted in burrs. His tail is insane, and I actually removed a whole bunch from his tail.
All the time I see them.
Yeah, you can take off as many as you want, and they just put them.
They enjoy me doing it.
Yeah, they just put them right back on.
It's crazy.
But Montaro and Juno, like, they literally don't care.
Well, they just go through all the brush.
They'll stick their head right in a cloud of burdock, and you know, they don't care.
We were working, and they went round the side where all the bushes were.
Yeah, they'll go into the burdock. There's plenty to eat elsewhere, and they will go into the burdock. So
you take them off, they'll just go back on it.
Yeah, it bothers me, like,
they don't care.
but it doesn't bother them.
So Montaro is in the sheep parlour, and we're trying to get him out with the feed dish. There we go. A horse master. And then there's Jeannie joking.
just got up and looked out my window. The horses are all back here again, and look at Montaro. He's like, I think you should let me in again. So I'm out here and I've given the sheep some alfalfa pellets, and I've put out, they have their hay net, but I also put out some loose hay here and in the trees there for them. They like to shelter under there. And look who's come down to the gate again, asking to come in. Puppers are there with their harnesses on. So Montaro is telling me that he thinks it's a good idea for him to be in here. Is it just that you want pellets, or you think you really should work with the sheep? Is it pellets or sheep? He's like, doesn't matter. No, I guess it doesn't. Okay, so your idea is to come in here, and then we let the dogs in when you're in here. Hey? You actually have a mohawk from the burrs, Taro. Yes, you do. The rest of the herd is now watching. Looks like they had some alfalfa pellets left, and they're not too happy that he's eating them. This is a conversation. So Ajna and, is that Coot? Yeah, Ajna and Coot were the ones. Oh, look when they hop. Ajna and Coot were the ones who came up and kind of had a bit of a challenging, hey, you're eating our pellets conversation with Taro. Took some of the alfalfa pellets and put them there so that everybody can have some. Jai and Milo, do you want to come in here soon? Hey, puppers? Or are we going to wait till this little conversation plays out for a bit? I'm pretty sure I will not be able to film with Montaro and both dogs in here on leads. Mama Sage just keeps looking at me like, how is this a good idea to let him in here and have him take our alfalfa pellets? You know what, Mama? I'll give you some more pellets when we're done. How about that? Hey? How about I give you some more when he's done eating? Okay? And when he leaves your pen, I'll bring some more, I'll bring 2 more dishes of pellets for you guys, okay? Does that satisfy you? Yeah. And the puppers are not reacting. They're staying lying down outside the fence while the sheep ran, so that's really cool. Mama, I know. Oh my God, I don't know if you guys can hear her through the video, but she's not okay with my plan to give her more after Montaro leaves. She's like, this totally sucks. Who is that interloper, hey? Mama Sage? Who did I let in here? And right next to her is Cece. She's named that because her pattern on her coat looks like a seagull in flight. Maybe not from this angle. Oh, you can kind of see it from this angle. But when I come up with a name for them, I always ask them, what do you think of that? Is that okay? And they say yes or no. Or sometimes they'll give me their name. Like Jaya gave me her name. I was like lying in bed. And she gave me her name. And so when Montaro's done eating their pellets, he's going to come over to the hay net there and start eating their hay. And then maybe we'll see if the pups want to come in at that point. Yep, there he goes, straight to the hay net. Well, what do you think, Jaya, Milo? Do you want to come in? So now the question that I'm asking is, do I get Montaro out of here? Because he'll follow me out with a feed dish. Otherwise, he's going to be quite happy to stay here and eat their hay for quite a while. So I'm asking, I'm not really asking Montaro, I'm asking the sheep, and I'm asking Milo and Jaya if they want to come in here or if I should get Montaro out first. Do you want to go in with the sheep? They're like, not really. But I like how comfortable they are in their harnesses. Milo, Jaya. You want to go on the leashes? Nope. I'm kind of feeling like I should give the horses alfalfa right now. Oh my gosh, Zeta has picked up an absolute bucket of new burrs on her mane. Where have you guys been that you've picked up so many new burrs? Hey, like look at this. The whole pastures have greened up. There's tons of spots for them to eat that have no burrs, but guess where they go? Yeah, where do you go, Zosie? You go into the burr thickets. I'm gonna go down to that far gate and I'm gonna chain it open just wide enough for sheep so they can get out and they can also get back in without the horses coming in. So I've got all the hardware I might need and you see how they're following me. Okay, so I've chained the gate open and had the chain go high so they can go underneath. And now it's just a matter of Mama following me. Come on, Mama. Come on. Come on. Come on, Mama. So now I'm going to send her a picture of her walking through this gap I've created in the gate. Because she's not sure. Yeah, that's how bad they want out. Do I need to use a feed dish, Mama, to show you how to get in and out? Come on, Mama. Come on. So I'm going to hold up my hand to her because that was our signal before when she would sniff my hand. So I'm just doing this. Come on, Mama. And I'm going to kneel down. So all of this is by feel. I'm just feeling. My body's feeling for what I should do. Come on, Mama. And I'm continuing to send her a picture. Now I feel like I need to turn my body to the side. So my body is now angled this way. But my hand is still pointing towards her. And I'm sending her the picture of this gap. I feel like it'd be really quick if I got the alfalfa, but I do want her to figure it out too. this is kind of me going, how can we communicate? And let's give her a chance to understand that I'm always communicating with her. Now, yeah, that's it, little sheepies. You follow your mama so that when she goes through, you're not stuck running up and down the fence line, not knowing where to go. Can you guys come and join mama? You guys come follow Mama Sage, because she's going to be on the other side of the fence and you won't know how to get to her. So we need them to also understand that the gate is open. So I feel like for these guys, I got to move away from the gate to give them more space to come out, because they're not nearly as confident around me as Mama Sage is. And her son, who we have now named Liberace, my dad named him, is still in there furthest away from the gate. And the horses are up there watching. Oh, there's the puppers. They are watching. Good girl, Jaya. Good boy, Milo. Good job. So now I'm going to connect with the rest of the sheep, especially Liberace, and send them a picture of this gap. And I feel like I need to move even further away, so I'll do that. And again, this isn't a mental feeling. This is a feeling from my body, which is in communication, whether I'm aware of it or not. Our bodies are always in conversation. It's just that we haven't been raised to be able to hear and feel our bodies very well. In fact, most of us, due to trauma, hand abuse, and not even having our basic needs listened to, we've learned to not listen to our bodies. We've learned to try to control everything with our mind. So this is really just going back to what we all had as babies and young children. So 5 of the sheep are out, and 3, including Mama Sage's son Liberace, is still inside the arena. So we'll just keep an eye on this. So what's interesting is I can feel my mind now starting to get worried about the 3 that are still in there as Mama Sage moves further and further away. And my mind is like, Mama, can you go back and help them and lead them out? They're going to get really worried and they're going to get really scared. And what happens when the horses come down here? So that's my mind. Now let me connect to my body. My body's also nervous, but there is an added sense of whatever will be, will be. And that realization that it's about the journey. It's not about everything going right and everything being perfect, because everything that happens is a learning curve. Everything that happens is a point along the journey. My body just called my attention to the fact that the dogs have not barked once, which is pretty miraculous. And they've got a nice high vantage point there where they can watch everything that's happening. And the horses are right there. So they're also watching everything that happens. And there goes Mama Sage. There's 3 still in there. And these guys are outside. But she's moving quite far away now. Makai's locked onto her. So I wonder if Mama Sage is gonna have that conversation. Oh yeah, maybe she's gonna have that conversation with the horses, with her being separate from the lambs. See, this is the stuff you can't predict and we can't know because we're not in their conversation. This is between the horses and the sheep. So I'm holding space, and right now I'm communicating with the horses and saying, we need the sheep on the land. So please be gentle with them. And the horses are like, I immediately heard back, this is not a gentle land. This is a land filled with predators. I'm like, okay, how about I just let you guys do your thing? Now these guys are clustered. Still 4 out and 3 in. And there's Mama Sage. I could not have predicted this. Based on their past behavior, I would think that these guys would not leave her side for a second, but that's not what's happening.